see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling. A little fight in you. I like that.
Then you're gonna love me.
Hey there, it's Mark, and welcome to an exciting new episode of RT Essentials. What's that in the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the bat signal. So are people in distress? Oh wait, they just need help figuring out the best Batman scenes ever? Well, don't worry your precious Batmaniac minds. We got you covered. Not to say choosing the best of Batman is an easy task, there's been over 13 movies that feature the Vigilante or his supporting characters since 1989, and it appears that there's going to be plenty more on the way, like Matt Reeves' upcoming film, The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson and set for release in March. There's also Batgirl, starring Leslie Grace, set for release sometime in 2022. So one thing is for sure, the Batverse is only growing stronger, which is extremely impressive considering Batman's debut in Detective Comics was way back in 1939, almost 85 years ago. Also, so many actors have taken on the role, with ongoing debates as to who makes the very best Batman. Is it Clooney? We put him in there? Is it Kilmer? Is it Affleck? West? Keaton? Bale? It's gotta be Bale or Keaton, right? I don't know. Is it Adam? It could be Robert Pattinson. Oh, this is gonna be really hard. And with legendary directors like Tim Burton and Christopher Nolan, there's almost too much cinema magic to narrow it down to just one list. But hey, it's the list Gotham deserves and the one it needs right now. So, without further ado, here's our choices for the best Batman scenes of all time. I'm Batman. Batman.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man! Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
And what better way to start than with the first installment in the Warner Brothers Batman series, directed by Tim Burton and released in 1989. As you'd expect, this film has all the dark and eerie characteristics synonymous with Tim Burton. The director completely reimagined Gotham City, cloaking it in an ominous fog with imposing structures and sprinkling his gothic flair as far as the eye can see. But let's get down to the true reason we're here, the I'm Batman scene. As far as action-packed superhero movies go, this isn't necessarily an explosive moment. There's no catastrophic car chase or finger snap that kills off half the universe. It's quite simply a line of dialogue. But sometimes when you have the right actor in the right scenario, one line can be the defining moment of the film, or in this case, the franchise. That actor is, of course, Michael Keaton, one of the all-time greats. He's won Golden Globes, been nominated for an Oscar, he's even received honorary doctorates from Kent State University and Carnegie Mellon. But what he's perhaps best known for is being a damn good Batman, still considered by many fans and critics to be the best. Keaton was instrumental in shaping Batman into the dark and brooding mystery man he is today. The actor even invented the Batman voice that all of his successors have attempted to recreate or build upon. Keaton also felt like a regular guy. He wasn't particularly buff or athletic, and this made the character seem vulnerable and relatable. You could feel his pain and tormented past in every move, you could see it in his eyes, and you could hear it in his lines. I'm Batman was one of those magic potion moments. The right actor, the right delivery, and a succinct yet consequential message. Also, shout out to Danny Elfman for his indelible score. And to AMC movie theaters who gave me nachos for the first time. The Tumbler, Batman Begins.
Trust me.
Weapon system activated.
The original Batmobiles were cool and all, and with their overstated fins and elongated hoods, who wouldn't want one? There's also Adam West's 66 convertible, which was basically just a normal car with funny gadgets, but it still looked awesome. There's the Kilmer-mobile with its plasticky looking shell and colorful innards that went through a drive-thru more often than not. Even Keaton's Batmobile was sleek and stylish, but let's face it, it wasn't all that practical. You can't really take sharp turns in that thing, and it's only a couple of inches off the ground. The slightest bump, and Batman is stuck on the side of the road calling AAA, which stands for Alfred, Alfred, Alfred. A superhero deserves a super vehicle, and 2005's Batman Begins gave us exactly that with the Tumbler. By far the most durable and useful of all the Batmobiles, the Tumbler is a tank with extreme mobility and an impressive arsenal of weapons, which include twin forward-firing machine guns, a rocket launcher, and explosive mines. I played with the toy to make sure.
Got him.
Coming right up on his butt.
To quote Morgan Freeman's character Lucius Fox, the Tumbler can also boost into a rampless jump, which he explains to Bruce Wayne during a test drive. It isn't until Batman is whipping through the streets of Gotham with the entire police force in hot pursuit that we get to see the Tumbler in all its glory, and wow is it exhilarating. Batman's in a hurry to get Rachel Dawes to the Batcave so that he can administer an antidote to Scarecrow's fear toxin. You know, a normal Tuesday. Rachel's riding shotgun and has no choice but to hold on tight as the Tumbler climbs over police cars, weaves through heavy traffic, smashes through building windows, obliterates concrete walls, jumps across rooftops, and finally hops through a waterfall and safely parks in the Batcave. It's one of the coolest car chase scenes in any movie ever, and an impressive showcase for an even more impressive vehicle. Warehouse Fight, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Say what you will about Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, there's no denying that it gave us one of the most epic fight scenes of any Batman film to date. One attribute that has always set Batman apart from other superheroes is his lack of actual superhuman ability. Compared to Superman, who has X-ray vision, super speed, and can fly without a device, Batman is pretty human. He's almost always relying on some machine or tool, or riding on his Batcycle or in his Batplane. And the scenes where he is fistfighting, they're usually brief and often dark and shaky. Now, I don't know if director Zack Snyder used this scene to fill in any gaps left by the previous films, but anyone who's ever doubted that Batman actually does know 127 styles of martial arts should watch this scene immediately. First, Batman leaps from his Batplane and fly kicks through the multi-pane warehouse window where countless enemies await. Then, as these armed combatants stand guard, machine guns pointed at the main door, Batfleck breaks through the floorboards behind them like a stealthy boss. He's there to save Superman's mother, Martha Kent, who's being held against her will. So he can't just blow up the entire place and bounce, as fun as that would have been to watch. Actually, this is way better, because Batfleck delivers a no-holds-barred butt-kicking reminiscent of Neo versus the Smith clones in The Matrix Reloaded, but far less bad CGI. The thugs keep coming, but they're no match. There's one scary moment where Batfleck gets shot point-blank by a pistol. He's hurt for a second, but he rubs some dirt on it, a testament to the strength of that Batsuit. The Batpod Chase, The Dark Knight.
Ooh, you want to play? Come on. Come on.
He missed!
Much like the Batmobile got a modern makeover and became the Tumbler, the Batcycle became the Batpod in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, where we get to experience this freshly imagined vehicle for the first time when Batman ejects it from the Tumbler. I know, just when we thought the Tumbler couldn't possibly get any cooler, we discovered that it has a built-in motorcycle with its own fun and fancy features. For starters, the Batpod is equipped with grappling hooks, machine guns, dual front-mounted cannons, a chassis that can elongate, and tires that can swivel, allowing sideways driving. It's also really fast, like really ridiculously fast. When the Joker fires an RPG round at the Tumbler in The Dark Knight, the damage is so severe that the vehicle is rendered useless, totaled, salvage title. In case it wasn't completely obvious to Batman himself, or anyone watching, the Tumbler's computer screen lights up with the words, "Damage catastrophic." Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm not gonna yell at the check engine light in my car next time.
Come on. Come on. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Come on, hit me. Come on, hit me. Come on, hit me. Ah! Hit me.
This is where it gets really good though, because the next words that pop up read, "Eject sequence initiated," and next thing you know, the Tumbler starts shaking and making funny noises. Then, the two front tires break off and zoom! Batman launches out like a bat out of hell, racing on the Batpod, blowing up any cars and objects in his way. It's so exciting that you almost forget the Tumbler self-destructed only seconds prior. He's Bruce Wayne though, he can afford another one. Batman catches up to Joker, and after a little game of chicken, he uses his Batpod's grappling hooks to flip the Joker's semi-truck. But Joker crawls out from the wreckage and proceeds to walk towards Batman, who's now driving at him full speed. Joker taunts Batman, but at the last second, Batman swerves out of the way, sparing Joker's life and crashing into another car. Is this a result of Batman's humanity and desire to be a good guy? Or does he need to take another driver's ed course? Batman meets Catwoman. Batman Returns.
Gotta hurry.
Oh, thank you.
It was set up to look like I did this.
No sweat. I'll just tell the police I was kidnapped by an ugly birdman with fish breath.
Somebody say fish? I haven't been fed all day.
Eat floor. High fiber.
Batman Returns was the direct sequel to 1989's Batman, with Tim Burton returning once again to direct and Keaton once again stepping into the Batsuit. Though the presence of Jack Nicholson's Joker was sorely missed, Burton brought in a brilliant new cast of comic-inspired villains to antagonize the Dark Knight. We had Danny DeVito as Oswald Cobblepot, who also goes by the name The Penguin, and of course Michelle Pfeiffer as Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. Pfeiffer almost didn't get the part. In fact, Annette Bening was originally cast as Catwoman, but when she got pregnant, she had to forfeit the role, and Pfeiffer was in. It's probably for the better. I don't know that Bening leaping around, clawing at giant bats would have been good for the baby, but who knows? Anyways, this is important because Pfeiffer had long wanted to be a part of the Batman series after almost landing the role of Vicky Vale in the first film, but ultimately not being cast because of her past relationship with Keaton.
You're catnip to a girl like me. Handsome, dazed, and to die for.
When Pfeiffer first found out she was playing Catwoman, she was so excited that she immediately began training to use a whip and taking kickboxing classes, all so she could perform her own stunts in the film. Probably got a little too excited though, because she accidentally cut her trainer's face during a whip exercise. Ouch. All of this preparation and enthusiasm made Pfeiffer the ideal Catwoman, and her real-life experience with Keaton only added to their on-screen tension, like in the scene where the cat and the bat meet and naturally battle each other. I don't think any two enemies in the history of cinema have ever blurred the line between wanting to kiss and kill someone so masterfully. They push, they pull, one throws the other off a building but then tries to stop the fall. It's cut after cut, kick after kick, scratch after scratch, and headbutt after headbutt, yet it's somehow romantic? Also, shout out to Michelle Pfeiffer for delivering the most iconic meow of all time. Skyhook Extraction, The Dark Knight. Next up, we have the Skyhook extraction scene from 2008's The Dark Knight. Who is Batman extracting? That would be Mr. Lau, a Chinese crime lord and accountant who is also the CEO of Lau Security Investments. With Gotham's major crimes unit cracking down on money laundering services throughout the city, Lau flees to an undisclosed location to protect the mafia's money. But with all apologies to Joker's question, let's be serious. You can't hide from Bail Man, and soon Lau's precise location is discovered. He's held up in a skyscraper in Hong Kong with an army of paid guards ready to protect him by any means necessary. Obviously, Batman isn't swayed by the less than ideal circumstances, and since his memory cloth cape isn't built for long distance flights, like, Gotham to Hong Kong, he's got to ride in a cargo plane used by hired smugglers. As Batman infiltrates Lau's building from above, he's swarmed by guards but fights them off and successfully grabs hold of Lau, dragging him toward a large window and then using him as a human shield against the encroaching police force. His back is literally against the wall, but timed explosives blast the building windows open, and Batman and Lau fly out, pulled up by a small balloon that then latches onto the cargo plane that is perfectly positioned overhead. It's a flawlessly executed extraction, and Batman successfully brings Lau back to Gotham to face justice. Not that all superhero movies are required to explain themselves when something seems too far-fetched to believe. That's kind of the point of the word super. But this sequence definitely left more than a few people saying, "Yeah, right, Nolan, that would never work." And they'd be wrong, because this scene was directly based on a real CIA program called Skyhook, also known as the Fulton Surface-to-Air Recovery System. The program was designed to help rescue downed pilots or fleeing spies who were stranded behind enemy lines. The downed pilot would deploy a small balloon, strap themselves in, and wait for a passing aircraft to grab the line and pull them up and out of harm's way. We all stand corrected, Mr. Nolan. Batman v Superman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
You're not brave. Men are brave.
You can't call your movie Batman v Superman and not have a scene where Batman fights Superman. Luckily, Zack Snyder understood this and gave us exactly what we wanted to see, and additionally aimed to solve the ancient debate of who would win in a fight between the Man of Steel and the Caped Crusader. Unfortunately, the clear winner isn't so easy to determine, though strictly on a physical level, it appears that Batman ends up having the upper hand and Superman is at his mercy. But it's important to understand the context of this fight and the events leading up to this legendary scene. First of all, Superman does not want to fight Batman. He makes that explicitly clear from the start of this encounter, though Batman refuses to listen and is hell-bent on confrontation. Superman wants Batman's help in finding and saving his mother, and feels that their combined powers can bring down supervillain Lex Luthor. Kent begs Batman to come to his senses, pleading, "Bruce, please, I was wrong, you have to listen to me," but Batman unleashes his fury. Even after several violent exchanges, Kent tries to keep the peace. Sadly, Batman crosses the point of no return when he sneakily expends a large dose of Kryptonian gas, crippling Superman and leaving him unable to defend himself, which Batman takes full advantage of. As the sequence plays out, we're left wondering, why is Batman so angry with Superman and beyond reason? It's because Superman destroyed Metropolis, and Batman was present to see this destruction firsthand, right? Or maybe it's because Batman feels threatened by Superman's alien powers and sees him as a threat to the safety of the entire planet. Or is Lex Luthor masterminding their rivalry and pitting the two against each other? Or maybe it's just a simple case of cape envy. Saving the SWAT team and hostages, The Dark Knight.
Doctors, get down! Clear the line of fire! Drop your weapons!
The next scene was designed to be one of the boats, the best of all time. There's a countdown, thugs, hostages, explosives, the SWAT team, and of course, clowns. Lots and lots of clowns. The bulk of this scene takes place in the Pruitt building, where the Joker has placed a bunch of hostages and disguised them as armed thugs in clown masks. As the SWAT team moves in, Batman has already taken matters into his own hands, attacking who he thinks are the Joker's thugs. After subduing one of these thug clowns and ripping off their mask, he informs Fox that the SWATs are targeting the wrong people and that the clowns are actually the hostages, and I love that I just got to say that sentence.
Underneath!
We got him. He's out of the game.
Step away from the edge! Commissioner Gordon is preoccupied with a distressing phone call courtesy of Two-Face, and the SWATs are already in motion with snipers on the adjacent rooftop and their entry team quickly climbing the stairs. In that moment, Batman has no choice but to fight the SWAT team to keep them from killing the hostages they believe to be the criminals. It's complete chaos, and once again, Batman appears to be the bad guy when in reality, we know he's the hero. The Joker's ruse is eventually uncovered, and Batman does end up saving hostages and keeping the SWAT team mostly safe, but not before some serious edge-of-your-seat action and some likely hospital bills. Batman interrogates Joker, the Dark Knight.
You've changed things. Forever.
And why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be.
Last up, we have the scene where Batman interrogates Joker in Nolan's The Dark Knight. This film is considered to be one of the greatest, if not the single greatest Batman ever made. Christian Bale is brilliant as always, and Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Morgan Freeman are all top shelf. But what really set this film apart was Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker. Just stepping into that role in the first place would have been difficult, knowing that Nicholson had already set the bar so high. But Ledger not only accepted the lofty position, he also completely reinterpreted the character and added a layer of depth never before reached by any supervillain. The true brilliance of Ledger's Joker can be witnessed during the interrogation scene, where Batman impatiently demands to know where Dent and Rachel are being held. The Joker gets inside Batman's head, playing psychological tricks and frustrating him to the point that he becomes agitated and violent.
Where are they?
Killing is making a choice.
Where are they?
Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be.
You have nothing to threaten me with. Nothing to do with all your strength.
One line of Joker's is especially poignant when he says, "To them, you're just a freak like me. They need you right now. When they don't, they'll cast you out." These words cut like a knife, and you can feel Batman's anger shift to emotional pain in this moment. But he snaps out of it and lifts Joker up by his shirt, once again demanding answers. The Joker doesn't let up, and though Batman continues beating him, he just laughs harder and talks more, almost re-energized by the pain. According to Bale, this was their first scene shot together, and he saw that Heath Ledger was, quote, a hell of an actor who's completely committed and totally gets the tone that Nolan is trying to create. Bale added that Ledger demanded to be hit for real and was egging him on during takes. Ledger's portrayal of Joker won him a posthumous Oscar for Best Supporting Actor and goes down in history as one of the most haunting and remarkable performances ever, regardless of genre. And there you have it, our picks for the best Batman scenes of all time. As always, we couldn't cover every iconic Batman scene to ever hit the big screen, but there's plenty more episodes of RT Essentials on the way, so fear not, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Thanks for tuning in, I'm Mark Ellis, and remember, you complete me.